I'm using this stuff now and it goes a bit better. And then with this brass tool, all 6 pistons are cleaned. I used an old ring, snapped them in two to clean the grooves up once more. So pistons look like this now. It's not perfect yet, but I don't think I can get them perfect. Currently I have piston 6 here. Wiped it down with new microfiber. And now it's time to put on the rings. I've never done it, but first I want to see how hard it is to actually put these rings on and hopefully not break a single one of them because I don't have spares. So I dressed up 4 out of 6 pistons. I'm still not sure about the orientation though, so I'm waiting. I shot a couple of messages left and right. There doesn't really seem to be documentation from BMW or any documentation online really. There's a lot of things to find about ring gap, but not about how to position them. There's people saying that it doesn't matter because it spins as long as they don't line up, but then there's people that do it like this, and then there's people that do it like that, so I'm not sure. So there's 3 rings. With these rings, these are K64 rings. The oil ring does not exist out of multiple parts. Well, it does, but not out of more than 2. So there's top indication right there, and then you can open this up and then the ring comes out. So what I do is brake clean the rag, degrease it. Second ring also has an indication, so this says top 3 and this one also says top. So these are all degreased now. This is the oil ring. It opens up like this. So I take some oil, put some oil on the expansion ring, and then I separate it a little so I can take it over. Then once it is right in the slot like that, I just gently push it back because this cannot be deformed whatsoever. So this is now good. And then we come to the ring that goes around it. I oiled that one up as well. I do have piston ring pliers, but I'm really not a fan of them. It's not easy to use, at least mine aren't. It has letters, the other side does not. So what I do is I just gently pull the ends apart. I don't want to deform it. Look when it goes around the oil ring. It's almost, yeah, that's right around there. And then I just cover the oil ring with the outside ring. And it is seated perfectly. I can move it around and it looks to be good. Now, since the oil ring separates and this separates as well, if these open at the same time, we would have an issue. So what I do is, at the moment I orient them, like the gap from the outside ring towards me, if this is the front of the engine, and then I just gently move it 180 degrees so that the open end is on the other side. On to the next one. So oiled it up gently. There we go. This also has a letter and an indication top. So same goes here. Try to put it in the groove. And then I separate it. Try not to score the piston whatsoever. And gently lead it into its spot. There we go. It is not on there here on the back side, so then I lift it. There we go. Now it is in. You can move it. And then the top ring oiled up. And this one seems to be the easiest one. You can also put it in here inside the groove. So now this is in, and then you can like rotate it around and then just pick up this point and then also very gently guide it in like that, and they all move freely. I can try the last piston with the pliers. You'll see how much of a headache it is. The pliers themselves don't go over. The piston ring should sit like closer to that, but then I have a chance of like and losing it. Yep, didn't work. So I'm not gonna use this. It's annoying as fuck. That's all the rings on the piston. I think it's time to commit. It's been hours now. I also had to do something else. I keep on finding different like things and explanations of the rings, but I used ChatGPT, I used Grok, I also used like the Wiseco stuff. Basically, you can either orient the top ring and the second ring 120 degrees from the oil ring. So in that manner you would have 120, 120, 120, or you can do top ring, second ring 180, and then the oil ring wherever. So there's people that say that it doesn't matter, as I said previously, but this is what I came out to. I'm gonna have the top ring sit at 12, front of the engine, the gap, second ring 180 degrees away from that, so behind, and then the oil ring somewhere at 10 or 11, so that these two are 180 degrees away from each other, and this one doesn't line up with either of these and is not on the pin. I put the block and the bores in oil all the time that I leave because it stays here for days on end. So I'm going to clean it and use this jank ass Amazon tool and try and fit my pistons. Well, it's good that this is the right bore, because if my hands were any larger it would be hard to do this. I do have new bolts, but I'm gonna reuse the old ones for measuring again. Okay, let's try and get this out. Okay, so we got all the conrod bearings out, the old ones. So let me clean up the caps and the piston parts. Boy, you need place and like a well-lit space and all that kind of stuff. This is definitely not where you want to build an engine. If only this comes out to work. I doubt it. I don't want to turn all these things around too much, because everything is supposed to go back in exactly the same way. Oh boy, the stable is gonna fall down and I'm gonna cringe hard. New conrod bearings or ACLs. We didn't have much luck with the main bearings from ACL since the clearance was too high. So let's have a look at what these conrod bearings will give me for clearances. Are these all exactly the same? Bores are oiled up. This tool should also be oiled. Oh boy, here goes nothing. Let's see if we get this. Okay, that went pretty easy, not gonna lie. Shit, I forgot to reorient the rings after what we decided that we were gonna do. Crap. Okay, I have to do this again, but that way I can see if we actually damaged the rings. That's might be not like a bad idea. Okay. Okay. The rings are intact. And I did not see any weird scoring, so that's good. Now, that was dumb of me. Let's do this again. 12 o'clock first ring, 6 o'clock second ring, 10 to 11 on the oil ring. So now we try this again. Maybe I'm just not patient enough. I don't know. Okay, so now the first one is in with the orientation correctly. We're gonna go and do the 6th piston. And then we do I guess that's all right. Okay, we got 2 pistons in. They move. Now let's turn it around, bring them up, and plastic gauge the conrods. Let's try to bring them up. That's 6. I'm gonna spin the engine around completely. Oh fuck. And then have a look at if I see scoring. Looks nice. This one doesn't have any marks either, so that's good. All pistons are in. I'm just going to guide them to the crank now, if possible. Yep, there we go. So they all sit on the crank. The crank should not spin. Also, I totally forgot that I had to brake clean the ACL bearings because they come in a coating. I did that before installing them, of course. So now I got all the conrods sitting on the crankshaft. It's time to do the plastigauging. I've got plastigauge here, there on all 6. So it is 5 Newton meters, 20 Newton meters, and then 70 degrees for the connecting rod bolts. I'm going to reuse the old ones for now. They look to be okay, but then of course I got new ones for final install if the clearances are okay. C5 like this. We got 5, 6. That's 1. Let's do them all hand tight first. Okay, I'm not going to film everything, but I'm basically going to do the same procedure for all of them. And then we will go to 5, 20, 70. So that was supposedly 5. I don't have it on my torque wrench here, but now we're going up to 20. Okay, that was 20 Newton meters. Okay, let's try it out. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so they're all to 70. Let's loosen them now. Oh, it looks promising, I think. Tight clearance, probably 2000s. I'm somewhat happier here than whatever I was with the main bearings from ACL. So let's go. This seems to be 2000s, which is 0.05. Yeah, same. Okay, so I don't know if those clearances are okay for the conrod bearings, so let me check that out. So 0.05 is about 2 thou. So for the eagles under us here on the channel, this is 2 thou. We're gonna clean up the plastigauge, and then I think I'm going to lube it up with assembly lube and see if I can spin the crank. Now we're gonna clean off the plastigauge. I'm gonna go over it once more with a clean rag. Okay, now I want to spin it somewhat so that these can go down a bit more. It's gonna be hard reaching every single one of them with assembly loop. I don't know what the amount is here, but I'm gonna use my finger. Okay. People are having fun again with planes. Do you ever see something and wonder what it tastes like? Because this looks like cranberry something something, like cranberry sauce. Me gusta. Like with some ice cream. And there we go. Okay, let's torque these down with the new bolts. I totally forgot to clean the bearings on this end. Fuck! Again, another mistake. God damn it. Let's do it again. Okay, new bolts. 12 of them. This is the part number if you need it. Light dab of oil on the threads. Clean them up. And then light oil there. Oh, my back hurts so much from being this hunched over for so long. Oh, my shit cracks, bro. That was 20, and now we do 70 more degrees. The fuck is this shit? Oh man. Please don't let this be what I think it is. Oh boy. Oh, I see. These are 12-point sockets, and those are inverted Torx ones. I must have slipped over. Okay, not that big of a deal, I guess. I was close to 70. Okay, let me see if I have inverted Torx. I didn't even see this. I thought it was the same thing. I think it just jumped over. So let's not use these. Matter of fact, let's put that back there and see if I have an inverted Torx 10. I think that's the same for the axle bolt, so I think I have that. Okay, all's good still. It's not completely stretched to where I need it, so we can go back to 70. All right, let's go back. Okay, so this is an inverted Torx. This way we won't slip. I'm just gonna take it out and inspect it. Hopefully take it out and inspect it, I must say. The threads do look good. There's not an issue there. But you can see the slip points here, so I must have just slipped over it. So take note, new ones might be inverted torque. The more you know. I cannot imagine what the head bolts will be like. I'm gonna shit my pants even more. Here goes nothing again. Okay, it doesn't click, and that's 70. Perfect. 70. That's number 2 done. That's half of them done. Okay, I'm gonna try and keep this short. It is dark outside. The GoPro went dead again, so everything moves. There's no real like issue when moving it. The only thing that I already spotted previously is if you look at the pistons, I don't know how good you can tell with the GoPro, but they protrude the deck height. So we're spinning freely. I don't really see any issues or much scraping, I think. So I think that's okay. I'm just a little bit worried about the pistons coming above the deck. I really can't remember if it was like that before. Yeah, let's figure this out.